2. Welcome to Access News. Today I'm here with Robin Carter and Wayne McBride. And they're going to explain us a little bit about their Trump campaign they've been supporting. And I would like to start with Wayne briefly. And Wayne, what got you started in this, and how's the passion?
Well, first of all, Al, I'd like to thank you and Access TV for the opportunity to be able to be a part of your programming. It was certainly unexpected. I'm Wayne McBride. I'm a resident of Ukiah. I'm retired here, and I think a great deal of our community, and that's why we're here. We're here to bring information to people who are interested in this election, and believe me, everybody should be. We cannot afford to sit this one out. So we've established this office for Donald Trump, and we have voters from all the parties coming here. This is not a party thing. This is an American effort that we're putting out here. And the unbelievable stories we've had from people that have come in to visit, people that have come in to volunteer, people that have come in to purchase hats and t-shirts and bumper stickers has been overwhelming. Tremendous stories from all of us.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. It's been great.
What are you hearing from the supporters as they come in and support you? What are some of their comments?
Well, one of the things I hear frequently is, boy, am I glad to see you guys here. We've never thought something like this would show up in Ukiah. Some people have come from quite distances away, and they said that we haven't seen anything like this anywhere except here in Ukiah. So the fact that we're here is giving hope to a lot of people who are like-minded, that believe that this country needs to change course. And so they see this as an opportunity to do something. You know, Robin mentioned something about the fact that we stand out on the curb and wave signs at people and they honk. And what was your observation on that, Robin?
Oh, gosh.
It really touched my heart.
It is such a tremendous response. I've really been surprised. Just Saturday afternoon, I was out there for 5 hours only.
Wow.
And got 95 waves and 105 honks.
A lot of support.
And that's a lot of support. That shows me there's hidden support. I get thumbs up, smiles, and so probably half our drop-ins a day. We get an average of 20. And half our drop-ins are people just driving down the street. They actually stop, turn around to come and visit. And as Wayne says, in the door, the comment is the same. We are so excited that you guys are here.
Right. And local law enforcement, fire, they're behind all this, and they support you?
Yeah, we've had support across the board from the whole community.
Oh, great.
Yes, we have a very small portion of people who I think are angry in themselves. And I believe that anybody who hasn't made up their mind to vote for Donald Trump is actually uninformed or misinformed. And that's why we're here, is to give them that information.
Right.
But to piggyback on what Robin was saying, one of the things that I know that people do is they drive by and honk and wave. It gives them an opportunity to actually feel like they're participating in this process, that they're doing something positive for the election process. So
absolutely,
we've had a lot of support.
They're buying into our campaign, and they're making that emotional connection with us, and that just inspires us to keep doing it and to be even more enthusiastic the next day.
And Robin, I hear you have a little bit of history.
I
from
do.
The parties that you come from. Can you elaborate on that?
I do. My political journey, let me tell you, it's really been something. Of course, in college, I was brainwashed into the progressive mind thinking, and I was a liberal Democrat all the way. And I'd argue with my parents, and of course I was the history major.
Don't feel alone on that one.
You know, I was a
Sure, we all
history
have
major,
those.
so I knew so much more than my parents did. And I continued in that vein all through my 20s and into my 30s. I married late, didn't marry till I was 33, and I married a police officer and a National Guard officer, staunch conservative Republican, and everybody went, whoa, what are these two getting together for? We're kind of the Mary Matlin, James Carville kind of a thing. And the first several years of our marriage, we had very spirited dinner discussions. And he would challenge me to research this, to research that. And then I started listening to Rush Limbaugh, so I would know what his arguments would be that night, and I'd have them all ready to go. And after a couple of years of listening to Rush, and most importantly was my job. I was a senior legislative analyst for the Department of Airports in Los Angeles, and so I represented the department to the city council in their committee meetings and full council meetings, and also did some talking with the media. And once I began to get in behind those closed door meetings and saw what the Democrat agenda, because the Democrats controlled LA, and I saw what the true agenda was, and that agenda was to take freedoms away from people, to make the population dependent, and it had absolutely nothing to do with the Constitution or the founding of our country. I became more and more discouraged. I became very disillusioned, but I had my husband. And it was a journey. It took me like 2 years to move through this disillusionment. The man I worked for, head of government affairs for the Department of Airports, a deputy executive director, staunch Democrat, had been an aide to Mayor Bradley for 16 years. And he watched my slow movement towards conservatism and becoming a Republican, because it was the only option. And he was very respectful to me. We had really great discussions, but it came a point where I just could no longer do that job. It was so disconcerting for me. And one day I just put in my notice for 2 weeks. My husband and I had 40 acres up here in Mendocino County, and we refugeed out of LA in 1999, and we've never been happier.
Pretty enlightening stuff, actually, to find all that out.
We have a lot of similar stories here, too.
So many.
There are so many of the folks that have come to volunteer have come from different backgrounds, from a variety of different political parties. So this is not a political party effort. This is an American effort.
We've had Green Party people, Libertarian people come in and self-identify and say that they know that if they vote for their party that they have been supporting with the views and the principles that they want, that this vote will be throwing it away. But not just throwing it away like they've done in other years, because there was no alternative from either the Democrats or the Republicans. But this year there is, because there's Mr. Donald J. Trump. And he has broken the political paradigm, switched everything around, and given us, the regular working people in America, finally a voice. The Republicans have promised us everything and delivered nothing. The Democrats promised their constituents everything and delivered nothing. Mr. Trump, I believe, is a patriotic American, loves this country in the deepest part of his heart. And you can tell by his family, his accomplished, beautiful children. This is a man who has values, and the values that all Americans share. And I believe a vote for Donald J. Trump is going to be a vote that will turn America around from the terrible path toward globalism and one world government that we're headed, and we're going to save our Constitution and our individual freedoms. It's time to vote for Donald Trump, because Donald Trump is the one that is really going to give us a voice. He wants to reestablish our rule of law And he also wants to make sure that every American who works hard can have the opportunities that they deserve because of their hard work.
And also, I want to add to that, what is the address here of your?
It's 461 North State Street, right across from the Black Oak Coffee Shop, just south of Scott on State Street. They can register to vote here. We will register you regardless what party you want to register in. And before we close, Al, I wanted to bring just one more point aboard. Robin put together several posters here, and one of which I think is our theme. She has written on one of the posters on the wall. Perhaps you could explain
Sure.
what that is.
Sure,
Robin.
what I got on the wall.
I think about it every day.
I do too. On the wall I have one of those tear off the days when you're counting down to how many days left to serve in the military, how many days left until school is over, how many days left till you can quit that lousy job. And just like that, we have a countdown, we tear off the number every day, and it says 56 days to save America. Can you help keep our HQ open? And next to that is our schedule. We have so many volunteers that come in, see that we have openings, and they volunteer to take a day. And that is really what, that poster tells us, reminds us every day that we have a finite number of days to save America. Right now, today, on Tuesday, September 13th, we're at, the 13th, we have 56 days to save America. Think about that. Just 56 days. If Donald J. Trump does not win this election, we will no longer have an America. We will lose it all.
I wanted to actually grab one of these bumper stickers you have here.
Yeah, we've got great bumper stickers and buttons and t-shirts.
Feel the burn.
Yes.
So,
yes.
My personal favorite on my car.
So come down here, make a donation, get a bumper sticker, and let's make America great again. Okay, thank you for coming in.
Oh, thank you so
Here,
much.
actually. Thanks.
Thank you, Al.
All right.
Thank you all.
And that's it for Mendocino Access News.